Well, hello, Darkfish friends, and welcome to our end of Rally Sweden review. Once again, we're absolutely delighted to be joined by Anthony Peacock. Anthony, have you just about had enough of us this weekend?
No, I'm itching to come back. Where do I send my CV?
Hasn't he been wonderful, Anthony Peacock? He's been a wonderful stand-in for David Evans. Folks, before we get Anthony's views on what's happened this weekend, tell you what we'll do, we'll run down the top 10 at the end of Rally Sweden. Well, many congratulations to Kalle Rovanperä taking the third win of his young career. Thierry Neuville with his first podium of the year, and Esa-Pekka Lappi in third place. That's our top three here in Sweden. Katsuta-san is in fourth. Gus Greensmith, well, he finishes in fifth. Oliver Solberg in sixth. Andreas Mikkelsen wins WRC2 in seventh, closely followed in eighth by Olli Christian Vävi. Jari Huttunen takes ninth, and rounding out the top 10 here in Sweden, it's Egon Kor. So Anthony, you know, we left the Värmlands region, we've come up to this wonderful town here in Umeå, and we've had a great rally, haven't we? And what a deserving winner in Kalle Rovanperä.
I love it. I think it's great. It's fantastic that Kalle's won, but there's one problem, which is it makes me feel really, really old, because I remember being in Sweden. His dad won it more than 20 years ago.
What a mature performance from the young man. You know, we saw his pace. We knew what his pace was going to be like. We knew it would be competitive. But still, there's pressure on him to perform, and he performed immaculately this weekend.
He did. The thing that really strikes me about Kalle is he just looks and sounds like he's been doing it for years.
Yeah.
Nothing seemed to fluster him. I don't think he had a real significant moment all rally, did he?
He didn't.
He just sort of got on and did it.
Do you know what? It's a significant move in terms of the championship as well. Great points from Monte Carlo, a win here. He's building momentum, and his closest rivals really are letting him head off into the distance. Is that fair to say after two? Into the distance is maybe a little bit over the top, but it's a great start for his championship.
It is, and I think there were some decisive pointers to the championship that we saw here. I know it's only the second round, but nonetheless, he's resoundingly ahead of it. And for me, the crazy thing is you've got a 21-year-old leading the championship. Has that ever happened before? I mean, I think we should also give credit to his dad, Harry, who I mentioned, won it 21 years ago, because he, from a very beginning, I think instilled a good discipline in Kalle. Harry's a lovely person, so is Kalle, and I think together they've worked hard. We've all seen the YouTube videos on him driving on frozen lakes, a little bit like that one over there. That's a river, actually. But you get the idea.
Yeah. Well, listen, we actually caught up with Harry Rovanperä earlier on. Let's hear what he had to say.
Really fantastic job, and I'm so nervous. We have to wait a few hours, and we will see what is the result. But I hope it's going looks like that.
And in terms of the championship, Harry, you know, okay, we take Loeb out, we take Ogier out. Only 2 rounds gone, but he's in a strong position.
Yeah, that is true. And but that is not a big surprise for me.
Yeah, so clearly Harry Rovanperä, a very, very proud dad indeed. We caught up with Harry. Now it's time when Harry met
Kalle.
When Harry met Kalle. Let's hear from Kalle.
Of course, there is always big pressure when there is guys in front or behind only few seconds after many stages being driven. So it was tight and yeah. But anyway, when you can be comfortable in the car and see that you can fight back and stay in the fight, it's quite enjoyable always to have these really proper battles.
How will you celebrate this evening, young man? How does Kalle Rovanperä celebrate a rally win?
I normally try to have a good party, but I think today we need to leave to home, so it's going to be a long evening going to home.
Well, you can tell from that interview just how composed Kalle Rovanperä is. He's a special talent, he really is. Now, let's talk about his closest rival, because we're still talking Toyota. Let's talk about Elfyn Evans. A disastrous weekend again for him.
It's really funny. I don't know what it is, if it's the car or the conditions, but Elfyn has not seemed the poised and above all consistent self that he's been for the last couple of years. So don't know what it is. He had a troubled Monte Carlo rally and he's had a troubled event here. So what a shame. We all know how good he is, but what's going wrong? I've no idea.
Do you think it's the pressure of championship expectation?
It could be. I mean, Elfyn doesn't come across as someone who sort of like gets particularly stressed by pressure. It could just be plain and simple bad luck.
No, he absolutely needs to turn it around quickly. This is what Elfyn had to tell us earlier on.
Yeah, so we had a pretty high-speed spin, and then we had some front-end damage. We then had to stop and repair it, but that repair was quite successful. It took some time, but we were still able to continue. But we then had to stop because we had a fault with the hybrid unit, and unfortunately, when we left this morning, the green lights were active. But we noticed then we were trying to turn it on, but we couldn't get an indication of any lights, and therefore by regulation we had to stop.
Oh, geez, what can we say about Elfyn Evans that's not already been said? He's very good at putting things behind him and moving on and taking it rally by rally, but he needs to bounce back with a result in Croatia.
He does, he absolutely does. Elfyn's always been immense on asphalt, so no reason why he shouldn't.
One of the very, very best, no question about that. His teammate, third Toyota Gazoo Racing driver, Esa-Pekka Lappi, I love him. I absolutely love him. He's not quite shown us the best, but I don't think he's ever shown us the best. He took that win in Finland all those years ago, but that was as close to the best that we've seen of Lappi. He is always searching for something that he can't quite find. But, my goodness me, the performance this weekend was great.
I think what we need to remember about Esa-Pekka is he's been away for so long.
Yeah.
So, he has come here and he's got a podium on his first rally back in how long? When was his last event?
Well, okay, he did Finland last year.
Yeah.
But, he missed most of last
level.
season, so, he's not had the consistent seat time. So, tremendous effort.
I am very satisfied and very happy. It was big relief to come over the finish line. But we had big stakes today as well. I mean, we were fighting for the second place suddenly. But I just couldn't do it. I tried the first 3 stages. I tried to be on really good rhythm, push a bit, but not to take too much risk. But this was not enough. So then the smartest choice was just to back off on the last one, just to secure the points for the team.
Great effort from the whole of the Toyota team this weekend. They will enjoy this moment, that is for sure. Let's talk about Hyundai, Anthony, because it was an encouraging weekend from Hyundai. Yes, we saw clearly problems for, Oliver Solberg, serious problems with Roy Tanak. But you know what? Thierry Neuville battled hard. He set some great times. He was pushing to the lead at one point. They can take a lot of encouragement from this.
They can. Before we go on to Hyundai, shall we mention Katsuta-san with Toyota? Great result for him.
Yeah, one of my favourite men.
Absolutely. So that was good. Great for Katsuta-san. Hyundai, mixed bag.
Yeah.
Mixed bag, I think. On the one hand, fantastic performance from Thierry. He himself, though, admitted that he couldn't fight at the front for the lead. We saw some great promise from Oliver Solberg at the start of the event, which again, he hit various problems, which meant that he wasn't able to deliver on that. And Oit, oh dear.
Oit, oh dear, yeah. Listen, we mustn't get carried away with this. And we caught up earlier on with Thierry Neuville. This is what he had to say.
Yeah, it feels good, to be honest. After a very challenging Monte Carlo, to come here and to be in the lead of the rally after the first day was totally unexpected. Despite having had good pre-event tests, we couldn't have imagined that we would be able to fight for victory after we saw that Ford and Toyota have been really strong in Monte Carlo. Already in shakedown the feeling was good. The times were good as well. And we could confirm that on Friday, even if after Friday, on Saturday, Sunday, things went a bit more complicated for me, especially the confidence on the braking, especially. But at the end, we were able to survive and keep bringing home a good second place for the team.
Obviously we go back to tarmac for the next event. I don't think we should kid ourselves. I think there's still an awful lot of work to do with your car, isn't there?
It is. And we are really happy that there are now 1.5 months where we can work flat out on the car to make it getting better on tarmac. We know that we are not there where we want to be. There will be a bit of driving in between now and until the start of the rally. So hopefully we're going to get it right, and hopefully we will be competitive over there.
Yeah, Anthony, it's really interesting. They will take heart from this, they will take encouragement, but we go to Croatia, we go back to tarmac. they know that tarmac has been the absolute Achilles heel over the years. We could easily, let's hope we don't, but we could see another Monte Carlo situation in Croatia unless they've made some big strides forward.
Who knows? It's not a comfortable time, is it? They, of all people, will be the least satisfied with this. They'll be working hard. They'll be working really, really hard to try and find a solution. So, yeah, they need to.
Oh, listen, we came away from Monte Carlo and the M Sport team were just on cloud nine. Oh dear.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was always going to be tough to match what happened in Monte Carlo, wasn't it? Yeah, they had their fair share of problems here. I think, to be fair to Gus Greensmith, he did a good job. He brought it back and, he didn't get off to a great start, but in the past, Gus sort of let his head drop, and he didn't on this occasion. He actually said, well, this is what we've got, and now we just need to make sure that we get what we can out of it, and he did. I thought it was a really impressive drive from Gus.
But you have to look at Craig Breen and say, what went on there? He made that mistake. It was a tough weekend for Breen after a good Monte Carlo, a really good Monte Carlo with that podium. Should M Sport and Breen be worried, or is it just one of those weeks?
I think it's just one of those weeks. I mean, with Craig, there were just all sorts of little things going wrong, ranging from a couple of mechanical glitches to interfaces with snowbanks.
Is that something, Anthony, that should worry us? Because we saw Formeau not completing the rally. He didn't make it into the final day. We saw Breen obviously with problems in the final stage, or the penultimate stage, on Saturday night. Greensmith had technical glitches all weekend. Reliability is going to be a big thing this year, and this weekend was not a good one from M Sport's point of view.
Wasn't a good one from M Sport's point of view. On the other hand, I think they've got a car which fundamentally is quick.
Yeah.
And the old motorsport adage is that you can make a quick car reliable, but it's quite hard to make a reliable car quick.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Interesting stuff. Now, Anthony, what time is it?
It is time to get frostbite on my wrist. No, it's time for the FORZO moment in time.
FORZO moment in time, it's our little feature, our special feature, and FORZO moment in time is your FORZO moment in time. What was it on this event?
Well, this event or today?
Today.
It is the first stage this morning. Why? Because that is the stage when Elfyn went off. Now, he was a bit flustered, I think, because of all the fallout with his penalty last night. And then he made a mistake, obviously removed a lot of the cooling pack, and he was going no further. Small mistake, big consequences, but huge consequences for the championship, because he walks away empty-handed yet again, and that's not what he wanted.
My FORZO moment in time for the rally was Kalle Rovanperä at the stop line on the final stage. It was the most dignified, statesman-like statement I have heard from anyone. The whole service park has been just skirting around the issues with Ukraine. It took the maturity of youth to make such a dignified statement, and that for me was quite remarkable, and that is my FORZO moment of the rally. Kalle Rovanperä, hats off to you, young man. You put a lot of us to shame with your fine words at the stop line. Anthony, I have to say once again, a massive thank you.
Thank you, Gert.
For joining us.
Thank you, Colin. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, it's been wonderful to have Anthony with us this weekend. Folks, it's been wonderful to have all of you with us this weekend. We have 2 months between now and the next event in Croatia. That's 2 months of content on dirtfish.com. Don't forget, March is Women in Motorsport Month, and we have every single day features on women in motorsport for you to enjoy. The website is guest edited by, well, no one less than Michelle Mouton. Wow. That is going to be a fantastic thing for you all to enjoy throughout the month of March. So folks, once again, from myself, from Anthony, from Camera Boy behind the lens, from all of the Dirtfish team back home who have been working really hard to bring you all the news from here in Sweden, thank you very much indeed. We'll see you all again soon.